Update in the GBG, the good, the bad, the gossip. Kyle, what's going on in entertainment news?
Whitney Houston's funeral will be Saturday, and invitation only. It was previously announced that in New Jersey they were going to do this big, huge memorial, but Whitney's family has asked that that does not happen. In fact, they want to make her funeral as private as possible. Turns out Bobby Brown isn't invited. He's not going to be on that list to get in the church, and he's a little ticked off because not only are they barring him from Whitney's funeral, they've also barred him from seeing his own daughter, Bobby Christina, who no doubt needs her father at the moment. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Whitney Houston since she passed away, and I think maybe when everybody first heard it, everyone was in shock, obviously very sad, but a lot of people jumped to the conclusion it had to do something with drugs just because of her past, right?
Kind of, that's what I was thinking right away, was it must have been a bad cocktail, the Amy Winehouse story, just like everything else.
Right. Well, I mean, it turns out that it possibly is prescription drugs. We don't know the whole story, but I think Bill O'Reilly went a little too far with this statement.
Whitney Houston wanted to kill herself. Nobody takes drugs for that long if they want to stay on the planet. The hard truth is that some people will always want to destroy themselves, and there's nothing society can do about it. The doctor who prescribed those drugs for Whitney Houston had to know she was a drug addict. Everybody knew that. What happened to Whitney Houston is awful. And I said a prayer for her last night. But her death should at least start people thinking.
Okay. Here's the thing. Whitney had reunited with Eldebarge like 48 hours before her death, and he's come forward and said she whispered something secret in his ear.
And she said, oh, I want to stay clean. And I know if we just join together, we can help each other stay clean.
That also reminds me of the 2009 interview with Oprah, where she said she's not a self-destructive person. She doesn't want to die. So that's when I go, Bill O'Reilly, you're a little out of line, maybe a little too soon to be talking about stuff like that. The family's still in mourning.
It's a pretty big leap.
Well, then you have the Nancy Grace girl, too. Did you hear what she said?
No.
She said she thought she was murdered.
She goes, who held Whitney underwater? Someone didn't prop her up. Someone pushed her down. I don't know. These news people, they try to get as much attention as possible.
Well, here's another crazy thing surrounding the Whitney Houston death. The hotel room 434 at the Beverly Hills Hotel, supposedly is already occupied. Now, the hotel has given a couple of different stories. They told TMZ yesterday at first they've been literally inundated with calls that everyone's requesting that room. Some people think it's fascinating to be in there. And that was the first report that they got. Then a few hours later, they were like, no, nobody's in there. We're not renting it out just yet. Probably after they got some bad press, you know. But from what I hear, someone is actually occupying that room in the hotel.
I wonder if they know that.
I don't know.
Because I'd be like, excuse me.
So I need to switch rooms.
Why is everyone so interested in my room?
Seriously, though, you wouldn't use a bathtub? Who takes a bath anymore?
Oh,
my wife takes
really
a bath
sad.
every day.
She does?
Yeah.
Whitney's bodyguard, who worked for her for like almost 7 years or something like that, has come forward. He stopped working for her in 2002. He also is speaking about Whitney Houston's death. He said he did see some self-destructive qualities there, but he didn't really feel like it was his place to say anything.
It would seem that a closer eye might have been kept. But there again, there's an old saying that the boss may not always be right, but the boss is always the boss.
So he had to turn a blind eye. It's very, very sad, and there's lots more updates for you. Full, Whitney Houston recap on our website, johnjaneRich.com, keyword GBG. Now, you guys remember when Angelina Jolie was dating Billy Bob Thornton? She was the bad girl. And in a recent interview, which has now become an infamous quote, she said,
I'm still a bad girl.
Yeah.
I still have that side of me that it's in its place now. It belongs, belongs to Brad, or it belongs to our adventures.
Or does it, Angelina Jolie?
Go on.
Or does it still belong to Billy Bob Thornton? That's what Brad Pitt's thinking. They're in Britain for the British Film Festival. Angelina Jolie is there for her movie, the first one she's produced. Billy Bob Thornton is there for a movie he's produced. And Well, Angie got there before Brad, went ahead and texted Billy Bob Thornton to congratulate him about the movie. That started a back-and-forth text/email combo, all behind Brad's back. So when Brad flies out to be with Angie there at dinner, she tells him, you know what, I think I'm going to, maybe go say hi to Billy Bob over there. Brad's like, no, you're not. That's not happening. Angie goes, Oh, yes, it is happening. Oh, sorry, because that's happening. Okay.
She doesn't have that much expression in her voice.
How and why does he have her number?
And why is she still hung up on him? Has she not heard his album?
I haven't heard of his album, but Brad obviously is not okay with that. Has always had this insecurity about Billy Bob Thornton. Is not okay with her getting anywhere near him and quite possibly putting herself into a situation where it could lead to something very bad. So while weeks ago these reports were out there going, he was worried about it, now it's happening. And I don't see Angelina Jolie as the kind of girl to be like told what to do. So probably Brad getting ticked off at her and telling her not to go only makes her want to go more. So I'm guessing at some point during that film festival, Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton will be reunited. As to how far they will go, I just don't know. She did say she's still a bad girl, so hopefully she can keep it together and be faithful to Brad. We'll have to wait and see if the rumors follow.
That was good role-playing out of you there, Kyle.
Oh, thank you. On our website right now, johnjaneRich.com, if you type in the keyword GBG, there's 2 Britney Spears songs that have leaked online from her new album, Plus. Despite those rumors that they're breaking up, Jada Pinkett Smith recorded a Valentine's Day love song for Will Smith. You can hear that whole thing all on our website, johnjaneRich.com, keyword GBG.